While mass-produced birdhouses flood big box stores for $20, Amish craftsmen create handmade masterpieces selling for $300, $15,000. No electricity, no assembly lines, no shortcuts. Just 300-year-old secrets transforming simple cedar into homes that shelter generations of birds. Wood selection. Every Amish birdhouse begins with a pilgrimage through local lumber yards. Master craftsmen inspect each cedar and pine board individually, rejecting any with knots, warping, or imperfections. They read grain patterns like ancient scripts, understanding how each piece will weather decades of storms while housing countless bird families. Tools of the trade. Step into an Amish workshop and witness a fascinating blend of old and new. Traditional hand planes rest beside pneumatic sanders powered by diesel compressors. These craftsmen use dovetail saws that belong to their grandfathers, yet employ air-driven tools that create precision impossible by hand alone. No electricity from power grids enters these sacred spaces. The master's blueprint. Unlike factory workers following printed plans, Amish craftsmen carry blueprints in their minds, patterns inherited through generations of fathers teaching sons. Each species requires specific dimensions. Purple martins need 2.5-inch entrance holes in 6x 6-inch compartments, while wrens prefer 1-inch openings in cozy 4x 4-inch spaces. These measurements aren't suggestions, but scientific requirements developed through centuries of birdwatching and trial. Precision cutting techniques. Watch an Amish craftsman cut roof angles and marvel at mathematical precision achieved without digital tools. Using hand saws guided by wooden jigs carved decades ago, they create perfectly angled cuts that fit together like puzzle pieces. Each entrance hole is drilled with specialized bits, then hand-sanded until edges are smooth enough that no bird could injure itself entering. The attention to detail extends to drainage holes, ventilation slots, and removable cleaning panels. Every cut serves a purpose. Joint mastery without nails. The hallmark of authentic Amish birdhouses lies in their joinery. Not a single nail or screw holds these structures together. Instead, craftsmen employ mortise and tenon joints, hand-carved with precision that would impress furniture makers. Dovetail corners interlock like fingers, creating bonds stronger than any mechanical fastener. Wood glue, applied sparingly and allowed to cure naturally, forms chemical bonds that last decades. This nail-free construction allows wood to expand and contract with weather changes without splitting or loosening, a crucial factor for outdoor structures facing years of temperature extremes and moisture cycles. The assembly ritual. Assembly day transforms scattered lumber into architectural marvels through choreographed precision. Each joint receives exact amounts of wood glue, too little fails, too much creates unsightly squeeze-out that stains the wood. Craftsmen use traditional wooden clamps, applying pressure gradually to avoid splitting while ensuring perfect alignment. The sequence matters. Sides attach to backs first, then fronts, followed by bottoms and finally roofs. During 24-hour curing periods, humidity and temperature are monitored carefully. Rush this process and joints fail within months. Respect natural timing and they endure decades. The patience required explains why authentic Amish birdhouses take 2 to 3 days minimum to complete versus minutes for mass-produced alternatives. Roof construction secrets. Creating weatherproof roofs without modern materials requires ingenuity perfected over centuries. Amish craftsmen bevel roof edges at precise angles, ensuring water runs off without pooling or seeping into joints. Cedar shingles are split by hand from local trees, each piece individually fitted and overlapped according to traditional patterns that shed rain while allowing ventilation underneath. The most prized birdhouses feature copper roofing sheets hammered thin and shaped using techniques borrowed from colonial metalworkers. Copper develops natural patina over time, protecting underlying wood while creating the distinctive green coloration that signals authenticity to collectors. Removable roof sections, hinged with leather strips or wooden pins, allow annual cleaning without damaging the structure. This serviceability ensures birdhouses remain functional for decades, unlike sealed, mass-produced versions that become unusable once birds abandon them or cleaning becomes necessary. Natural preservation methods. While commercial manufacturers rely on toxic chemical treatments, Amish craftsmen protect their birdhouses using methods learned from ancestors who built structures lasting centuries. Cedar's natural oils repel insects and resist rot, but proper preparation enhances these properties. Boards are air-dried for months, allowing moisture content to stabilize at optimal levels. Too wet and joints fail, too dry and wood cracks. Surface preparation involves multiple sanding stages, progressing from coarse 80 grit paper to fine 220 grit finishes that feel silk smooth yet retain wood's natural texture. Protective finishes come from nature. Linseed oil penetrates deep into wood fibers, while beeswax creates water-resistant surfaces that still allow wood to breathe. Some craftsmen add pine tar, extracted from local trees, creating dark finishes that repel insects naturally. These treatments require annual reapplication, but avoid the environmental dangers of synthetic preservatives that could harm nesting birds or contaminate soil around mounting posts. The wisdom behind these ancient preservation techniques extends far beyond simple wood protection. Amish craftsmen understand that birds possess heightened sensitivity to chemical residues. Substances that might seem harmless to humans can prove lethal to creatures weighing mere ounces. Traditional tung oil provides exceptional water resistance while remaining completely non-toxic to wildlife. The application process becomes a meditation in patience. Each coat must cure completely before the next, requiring weeks of careful attention. Regional variations in preservation methods reflect local environmental challenges. Pennsylvania craftsmen favor walnut oil and carnauba wax combinations, creating finishes that withstand harsh winter freezes. Ohio workshops employ pine resin with locally harvested beeswax, producing water-repellent coatings that last decades. These regional techniques demonstrate how traditional knowledge adapts to specific climatic conditions while maintaining core principles of bird safety. Species-specific engineering. Creating homes for different bird species requires understanding behavior patterns developed through generations of observation. Purple martin houses represent the pinnacle of Amish birdhouse complexity, multi-story apartment buildings with 12 to 24 individual compartments, each precisely sized for colonial nesting preferences. These social birds won't occupy single units. They require community housing with specific spacing between entrances to prevent territorial disputes. Entrance holes measure exactly 2.5 inches to exclude starlings, while welcoming martins with internal dimensions providing adequate space for clutches of 4 to 6 eggs. Bluebird houses demand different specifications: 1.5-inch entrances, 5x 5-inch floor plans, and mounting heights between 4 to 6 feet in open meadows. Wren houses embrace miniaturization: 1.2 5-inch openings in compact structures that fit in dense vegetation where these secretive birds prefer nesting. Each design incorporates drainage holes in floors, ventilation gaps near roofs, and access panels for annual cleaning. Floor textures are roughened to help fledglings climb toward exits, while roof overhangs protect entrances from rain and predators attempting to reach into nests. The engineering precision required for different species extends into micro details that casual observers might overlook but prove crucial for nesting success. Chickadee houses require 1.125-inch entrance holes, seemingly arbitrary until you understand that 1.25-inch openings admit house wrens that will destroy chickadee eggs and nestlings. Internal cavity depths vary by species. Shallow nesting wrens need 4 to 6 inches from entrance to floor, while deep cavity woodpeckers require 8 to 12 inches to feel secure from predators. Corner radiuses must be carefully calculated. Sharp internal angles create stress concentration points where frightened birds injure themselves, while excessive rounding reduces usable nesting space. Temperature regulation engineering demonstrates sophisticated understanding of avian physiology. Dark-colored entrance holes absorb solar heat, warming interiors during cool spring mornings when eggs require consistent incubation temperatures. Conversely, light-colored roofs reflect summer heat, preventing lethal overheating of nestlings during July and August heat waves. Ventilation placement follows aerodynamic principles. Gaps positioned near roof peaks create natural convection currents that exhaust hot air while drawing cool air through lower openings. Material selection for different compartments reflects deep understanding of bird preferences and behaviors. Rough-sawn interior surfaces provide grip for climbing fledglings, while smooth exterior finishes shed rain and reduce parasite hiding places. Floor materials vary by species. Absorbent pine shavings suit cavity-nesting birds that don't remove waste, while solid floors with drainage work better for species that maintain clean nests. Removable floor inserts allow customization for different occupants across seasons. The complexity increases exponentially with multi-species housing designed to accommodate diverse bird communities. These masterpieces feature different entrance sizes, cavity depths, and internal configurations within single structures: purple martin apartments on upper levels, bluebird chambers in middle sections, and wren compartments near ground level. Each section maintains species-appropriate specifications while sharing structural elements, creating architectural marvels that serve entire avian neighborhoods efficiently. The human touch that matters. Mass production eliminates human variation, but Amish craftsmen celebrate the subtle differences that make each birdhouse unique. No two pieces of wood are identical. Grain patterns vary like fingerprints, creating distinctive character in every finished product. Hand sanding reveals these natural variations, highlighting swirls and lines that machine finishing would obscure. Color matching for custom orders requires artistic skill developed over decades. Craftsmen blend natural stains to match customer homes while maintaining weather resistance and bird safety. Hand-painted details, when requested, employ traditional brushwork techniques using lead-free paints that won't harm wildlife. Serial numbers or maker's marks are discreetly carved into hidden surfaces, not for marketing, but for family pride and quality tracking across generations. Mounting hardware installation demonstrates careful engineering. Galvanized screws are hand-selected for length and placement, ensuring secure attachment without splitting wood or creating stress points that could fail during storms. The final inspection involves testing every moving part, checking joints for gaps, and verifying that drainage systems function properly. This personal attention explains why customers often request specific craftsmen for multiple orders, building relationships spanning decades of birdhouse purchases. The relationship between craftsman and customer transcends simple commercial transactions, evolving into multi-generational partnerships built on trust and shared values. Customers often visit workshops during construction, watching their birdhouses take shape while discussing specific requirements and preferences. These conversations reveal deep knowledge exchange. Customers share observations about local bird populations, while craftsmen explain design decisions and maintenance requirements. This collaboration ensures each birdhouse serves not just as functional bird habitat, but as a meaningful connection between human and natural communities. Customization capabilities demonstrate the flexibility of handcrafted production versus rigid manufacturing constraints. Craftsmen routinely modify standard designs to accommodate unique mounting situations, unusual color requirements, or specific species preferences observed by customers. A retired ornithologist might request modified entrance angles to encourage particular bird behaviors, while a family moving from their longtime home might want an exact replica of a beloved birdhouse left behind. These custom solutions would be impossible in mass production environments, but represent routine problem solving for skilled craftsmen. The apprenticeship tradition ensures knowledge transfer while maintaining individual artistic expression within traditional frameworks. Young craftsmen learn basic techniques from masters but develop personal styles recognizable to experienced customers. Some specialize in intricate roof work, others excel at complex joint construction, and a few become renowned for custom paintwork or hardware installation. This specialization creates workshop dynamics where different craftsmen contribute their strongest skills to each project, resulting in finished products that combine multiple areas of expertise. Quality control at the human level involves subjective assessments impossible to program into machines. Experienced craftsmen evaluate wood grain flow for structural integrity, test joint fit by feel and sound, and assess finish quality under various lighting conditions. These sensory evaluations, developed through decades of experience, detect problems that might escape mechanical quality systems. The craftsman's reputation depends on every piece leaving the workshop, creating personal accountability that ensures consistent excellence across all production.